It was one of those mornings that seemed perfect at first. The sun spilled gold over my newly bought suburban home. Birds chirped like a Klitschin soundscape, and my coffee steamed gently in my hand as I admired the place I'd worked years to afford. I remember thinking I'd finally made it. The American dream, they said. A quiet, safe neighborhood. Friendly faces. The kind of place where kids played on the sidewalks and people actually waved hello. That dream cracked the moment I spotted something on my front door. A lurid, aggressively pink slip of paper flapping in the breeze. At first, I squinted, assuming it was some flyer or coupon. Then I saw the letters in bold Violette and nosy. I tore it down and read it twice. 250 Finney. Unauthorized parking in driveway. Vehicle does not conform to OA aesthetic requirements. Must park in designated street areas. I actually laughed out loud at how absurd it was. My driveway. I had parked my car in my driveway, exactly as anyone normal would. It had to be a mistake. I went inside letter in hand and sat down at the dining table. My wife looked at me, eyebrows raised. What's wrong? I handed her the violation. She read it and her expression twisted with confusion, then fury. This is ridiculous. Did they even tell us about this aesthetic requirement when we moved in? Of course not. We'd gotten the usual HOA welcome packet, with vague talk of community values and property standards, but nothing saying I couldn't park on my own slab of concrete. After a moment's stunned silence, we both started Googling the HOA bylaws. They were written in the kind of deliberately dense legalese designed to make your eyes bleed. I found some vague references to maintaining approved appearance, but nothing specifically banning driveway parking. I shook my head. I'm calling them. That was how I first met Karen. Her voice on the phone was clipped, patronizing, and dripping with a smug certainty I'd come to know all too well. Oh, you must be Mr. Thompson. I see you got your notice. Yeah. About that. I want to know why you think you can fine me for parking in my own driveway. She gave a small, theatrical sigh. Sir, the HOA has strict requirements to maintain our neighborhood's visual harmony. Your vehicle doesn't conform to the approved guidelines. The color clashes with the surrounding properties. I almost dropped the phone. My car is gray. It's charcoal, actually, and our approved palette leans toward lighter neutrals. It creates less visual congestion. I sat in silence, stunned. Was this real? Anyway, she continued brightly, we'll need that payment by the end of to avoid further penalties. I didn't even say goodbye. I hung up. My wife was listening the entire time, jaw on the floor. Did she seriously say your car is the wrong shade of gray? I couldn't answer. I just handed her the phone. She replayed the voicemail Karen left earlier in the day confirming the same nonsense. That afternoon I tried talking to a few of the neighbors. Surely they'd be on my side. I walked next door and knocked. Mrs. Collins answered. Sweet old lady with hair like spun sugar. Oh hi, is everything all right? I held up the notice. Did you see this? They're fining me for parking in my own driveway. She winced. Oh dear. Karen's very particular about the rules. That's not a rule. I snapped. She looked like I'd yelled at a kitten. I lowered my voice. Sorry, but this is insane, right? She shrugged uncomfortably. Well, she did tell me once I couldn't have my garden gnomes. Said they ruined the lines of the property. I didn't fight it. I stared at her speechless. Next, I tried Jeff across the street. He was a big guy who worked construction, always seemed no nonsense. Jeff, did you hear they're fining me for my own driveway? He grimaced. Yeah, man. Karen's been on a tear since she got elected HOA president. She fined me for leaving my truck out overnight. Said it lowered property values. Did you pay it? He nodded. Didn't want the hassle. That phrase. I'd hear it again and again that week. Didn't want the hassle. Karen's power didn't come from the rules. It came from people being too tired or too busy or too polite to fight back. But I had just spent my life savings on this house. I wasn't about to let someone bully me for using my own driveway. I sat on my porch that evening, watching the sun set over the carefully trimmed lawns. A couple walked their dog past me, offering polite nods but avoiding my eyes, like they knew, like they didn't want to get involved. And in that moment, humiliated, angry, and determined, I decided I wouldn't pay a single cent if Karen wanted to fight over aesthetic harmony. She was going to get one, and I wasn't going to fight just for myself.